We don't expect it to start so early. I didn't expect. I was waiting for the around 50.
Exactly.
So when it started, so
that's what we know.
Quite early 40s. Absolutely. Didn't
you see, my symptoms were very different to yours, though, because we've talked about this as well. That your symptoms were sort of more emotional and mental.
Oh yes.
Whereas mine were more physical. Yeah. I had a little bit of the mental. So mine started off going into bed at night and not being able to fall asleep, or going to bed, falling asleep, but waking up every day for 2 years between 4:30 and 5 o'clock in the morning and being awake, knackered,
but wide awake.
Yeah. So that was really bad. And then I started getting hot flushes, and I was getting 6 an hour, which is actually debilitating.
Yeah, you were drenched.
And I was
your hair,
totally. And even now, I'm on HRT now, but even now, I can be in an air-conditioned room in the summer, and I can be dripping, just my head, dripping with sweat. I mean, it's embarrassing. And I did get extraordinary anxiety. I mean, my anxiety went through the roof to the point where I literally couldn't leave the house, because I couldn't breathe, I couldn't get my breath, and that went on for years.
And have you found the HRTs helped?
Totally. HRT combined with, my sister, as you know, is a nutritionist, and she has a supplement company, and those supplements have really helped to support different areas.
Yeah. So awesome.
But HRT has changed my life.
Well, it was the same with me and the antidepressant. It when I finally got it, 2 weeks in, and then I suddenly I was myself again.
Yeah. I just wanted to put this out there because I think it's really important. Again, I didn't know, nobody told me. But the first time I went on HRT, I went on the pills. And it was so much worse than anything that the menopause could ever have given me. It made me really swollen. It made my periods like a car crash. Like couldn't leave the house. And I put on loads, sort of water weight. I became really sort of swollen and chubby. And when I looked into that pill a little bit further, I found out that it's made from horse's urine.
Yes. Sweet.
So what they do is they keep a horse pregnant all the time, and then when the horse pees, they collect the wee, which has got all the pregnancy hormones in them, and then they compress it and make it into a pill that I put in my mouth.
Yeah. Well, interestingly, just quickly, because the other posts I'm doing with the Dr. Elizabeth who's coming, I'm going to go right into all the different kinds of HRT, what the things are made of, just so you know, there'll be more of that.
Then, when I found this out, I went back to my doctor, and actually I couldn't see the female doctor that I usually see. I saw a man. And I said, listen, I really would like to stop taking this, and I've heard about the patch. Another friend of mine who's in her 50s had gone through it, and she knew about the patch. She told me about it. And he went, oh no, sorry, we don't do the patch.
Don't go to a male doctor with me.
And I went, sorry, what? You don't give the patch out?
No.
And he went, no, we don't do that. No, sorry, can't help. And I went away, and I was like, well, what am I going to do? I can't take that pill anymore, but I can't have the menopause because I can't function. And then somebody said to me, that's absolute bullshit, go back and see a female doctor, which I did. And I said, listen, I'm just wondering, I don't mean to be difficult, but is there any way I could have the patch? She went, of course.
Wow.
I went, what do you mean, of course?
I just go to a male doctor with menopause
last week saying I couldn't have it. And she went, well, of course you can have it, So I went on the patch, and that has been absolutely extraordinary. And I also now, I tried bioidentical hormones. They didn't work for me personally, but I think they're probably brilliant. But what I have done is I've gone on a progesterone pill in the evening as well.
Because you can get that in gel as well, can't you? You can get progesterone gel.
And the one I'm taking is made from a yam, so it's completely natural, the progesterone that I'm taking. And that just helps me to sleep at night. So I have found my
balance,
my mojo.
But this is important too, because it's products, so many products of the same thing. But
another point,
one for you, it's always one for you.
And worth asking. But another thing that really shocked me is after I'd done my vlog and people contacting me, is how many people don't have a relationship with their doctor. And in fact, one woman said to me, I'm too scared of my doctor. And I was like, well, maybe get another doctor.
Yeah.
People get so stuck that you think that's all you've got, and you haven't. Yeah, if you don't have a relationship, or your doctor is not giving you the love that you kind of need, because it's tough sometimes, then ask for another doctor.
Absolutely.
If you're,
Well, I did the same. I went from this doctor who brushed
you off,
kicked me out basically, to a woman.
Right.
And she said, well, you might be a bit young.
Had she been through the menopause?
Yes, I would have thought so, because she is a bit older.
Okay.
So, but she said, well, in all fairness, you're a bit young, but we're gonna give you a blood test. But what she also said, which was great, was that if it's not the menopause, you have a problem.
Right.
Then we have to look into that and find a solution for that.
That's what you want to hear.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
That's all you want, is some understanding.
So she took the blood test, it showed up, so then we moved on with the HRT, who didn't really work for me as much.
Well, it's funny because I'm at the beginning-ish, so...
so what are your symptoms been?
So my symptoms have been feeling wobbly. I've been feeling a bit wobbly and a bit emotional and a bit tearful, so that it can feel a little bit tough at times.
Yeah, overwhelming.
A bit overwhelming, yep. And then I suddenly got lots of hot flushes, and then they've gone, but I had like 24, I had one an hour through the day and night, and then they've disappeared. Awesome. And I've also got spots, which I have never had. Never. Have I ever had spots?
I've known you since you were 10.
Yeah, spots have come on. And recently, just this weekend, just gone, incredibly heavy bleeding. So that at the moment, I think I'm anemic.
Good.
And I have actually got a doctor's appointment on Tuesday. But I had to also, so I'm at the beginning.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm doing this, ladies, and also speaking to professionals, because there's so many different choices. I want to find the clarity of what things are, because I don't know, and so that's what I'm going to be posting when I have the medical team coming into.
Brilliant.
And also, what was I going to say? It's another thing that goes is your memory.
Yeah,
That's out the window.
But it is important that we have so many different things we can.
And mine didn't start till 50 on my so I was 50 last April.
It literally happened on your birthday.
Yeah, it literally happened on my birthday. So yours started at like 40.
Well, I started early 40s. We
perimenopausal at 43, fully in the menopause by 45.
Yeah.
So what I find interesting though also, it's come back ladies, is that I had to beg for blood tests. They wouldn't give them to me. And then I rang up and I said I'd like blood tests, and they went, no, we don't work like that because you change all the time. And I said, well, my friends are getting blood tests. Anyway, I had to fight for it. Had I not been a little bit kind of feisty about it, I wouldn't have got them.
Mind you, it is probably true, because they do say that early stages you do change. So you can take one blood test one day, if it doesn't really show up anything, then you take another one.
So then why don't they offer one a month?
Probably financial.
It is, isn't it?
Why they don't want to. It's all back to things like that they've been told that, okay, you don't throw those about,
But I think, again, if you're struggling and you feel that life's, becoming hard, then, ladies, I'd say push for a blood test and then ask for another one a month later, because the quicker you get the outcome, it actually would save money in the long run.
Well, like you were saying earlier, Inga, you wasted so many years, and that must be a sadness for you.
It is.
And for anybody.
And the way I treated my family, and it's appalling. Yeah. And it's really, really sits with me. It's one of the things that I'm mostly upset about because I later saw how it could have been sort of physically.
Well, you didn't know what it was,
I had a period which was being, because I thought that I should have the coil, because that some people have heavy periods, it just happened to me at that time. And I was sterilized, and that helped me
enormously
and changed my life on that. But it was never talked about, even then with the doctor, that it could be because of the menopause. So it's so many things that can be sorted out in a very easy and quick way if you just
get the right help.
Exactly.
So it's talking about it.
And the thing with the
people need to be educated more, and I'm talking about doctors.
But I think the more we do this, the more we go and stand up. Yeah, but more, hopefully, if we kind of keep talking about it and we post things like we're being brave enough now, because we were all a little bit worried about doing it openly to the world. Yeah. Me, not so much, because I'm a bit like that. But Inga, thank you.
Well, I'm only worried about my job.
Yeah, well, that's
because of the industry that I'm in. Yeah. You can get, if you're not like an unnatural kind of real woman, you can maybe lose work.
Which, exactly. And likewise, for me, and could be for you too. You work
Yeah,
in
well,
it,
yeah.
but I actually think more power.
But I'm sort of
because
at an
actually,
age where I don't.
I agree,
You know,
and we
you don't
agree,
care
too
but
important.
not everybody does agree.
No.
On more power to us.
No.
Mind you, can I just say one thing that popped into my head now also in all of this is that it might be something else in menopause. To say that certain symptoms, it can be other things. I mean, I'm not saying that everything that changes you that age has to do with menopause.
sure.
Do you see what I mean?
But I do think
that it's a majority.
I think so.
Personally, I
the
think
people
it is.
I've spoken to, I think it nearly quite
Always
often
is.
is when you hit a certain age.
I mean, you might have a propensity to other things, but the menopause will definitely tip you over the edge.
Yeah.
If you're not sorted in
Exactly.
a certain area by the time you reach the menopause, it's only going to make that worse.
Yeah.
So you might be, more sort of depression, anxiety, all those things are only ever going to get.
But that's why I think that marriages has ended and so many things has. The consequences
I
has been
wasn't married when I was going through. I'm not with anyone.
I can't believe that I'm
so
still married.
it's
after what what he went through. I know. I'm forever grateful.
No, but
because
I think I also should say that when we started this conversation, I'm so warmed. My heart is so warm to hear that when you did your Facebook vlog, that you had men getting in touch with you.
Oh, so
That makes
that's
me
sweet.
so
That's
happy.
really nice.
Because I do think that men need to be, they need help.
Totally, because actually
and they need to be educated.
Oh, but can you imagine? They absolutely lost. They don't know.
No,
I mean,
nothing's
they
changed
don't
for them.
understand why their partner suddenly becomes a completely different
harridan.
person.
No,
Yeah.
men.
I mean, my husband, I would come downstairs and
Ready
both
for
he
a-
and my daughter, and I could see their eyes. It was this
Fear,
sort of
terror.
fear in their eye when they looked at me, sort of wondering, what sort of mood is she in now?
no,
Is she,
no.
you know?
So it's
So they
unpredictable.
always had this, and my husband would always sort of like, oh God, can I do anything right? It's that sort of tension, and how could he possibly understand? Nobody talked to him about menopause.
But no, this
or,
man did contact me,
No
and
idea.
he said, he said, my wife's
Enlighten
struggling.
me.
Well, can you speak to her? So I rang her, and I had a really
Yeah,
lovely
great
chat.
man.
And he was,
What a
and
great man.
in fact, men have also contacted me saying we go through our stuff as well.
Oh,
And I
they
said,
do.
I'm absolutely sure you do. And I'm only speaking from the woman's view because I'm a woman, but I totally
I'm sure
get it.
they
So
do.
it is lovely that there are men out there that they can see their partner
Going
is
through
struggling,
something.
and they know kind of what it
And
is,
they're
but they
being
don't really know what
affected
to
by
do.
it,
Yeah, absolutely.
They need as much
Oh my
support
God, they are.
and education
Yeah,
as they can
no,
get.
it's absolutely.
I know. So
And it's one of those things that can be introduced maybe for younger, when our children are, younger as well. So they're a bit prepared, because I think that's the worst thing for me and a lot of people.
Well, I
talk
felt
to
part-
not prepared.
I felt
So
prepared
no,
because of you.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
it in a nutshell. Because
that's-
one person explained to me it can be severe, you can feel that, and if that's what's happening. And I think kind of this is why we're doing this, is because somebody might watch it, and then therefore they're a bit prepared, and that's what it's all about.